Picture this. Your body turns traitor on your birthday. That's Laura's story, a tale of resilience against a stealthy enemy. Systemic lupus erythematosus. Join us as we delve into her story, revealing a battle waged out of sight. Welcome to another captivating episode of Diagnosis Diaries. Today, we take you along the meandering path of Laura, a tenacious 34-year-old woman from Quebec, Canada, and her battle against a complication of systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Nestled between the bustling heart of Quebec and the serene banks of the St. Lawrence River lies the charming Rue des Jardins. In the spring of 2023, this street was painted with the vibrant hues of blooming azaleas and tulips. Laura's journey with lupus began 13 years earlier, in 2009, when she was just a 19-year-old college student, an active participant in local marathons. Her days were filled with training runs along the banks of the river, college lectures, and evenings spent with her friends in the heart of Quebec City. However, life took an unexpected turn on April 8, 2009, when Laura woke up to painful, swollen joints and an inexplicable fatigue that no amount of sleep could alleviate. She tried to shake it off as just a bad day, but when a butterfly-shaped rash appeared across her face, she knew something was seriously amiss. She visited the local clinic on Rue Laval, where a barrage of tests were performed. Days turned into weeks, and on June 3, 2009, she received a call from Dr. Boucher, a family physician, asking her to come to the clinic. The news was shocking. Laura was diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus, a chronic autoimmune disease where the body's immune system mistakenly attacks healthy tissue. This explained her joint pain, fatigue, and the peculiar rash on her face. The next few years were marked by a series of adjustments. Laura graduated from college and started a job as a school teacher. She also met Mark, a charming coworker who would later become her husband. In 2012, they welcomed their daughter Chloe into the world. Amidst these milestones, Laura was also fighting a constant battle with lupus. Each day was unpredictable. She'd wake up some mornings feeling reasonably well, able to chase Chloe around the house, cook dinner, and grade her students' assignments. On other days, she'd find herself completely drained, the fatigue weighing her down like a heavy anchor. She had to learn to listen to her body, to rest when needed, and to be patient with herself. On July 22, 2019, Laura experienced her first significant flare-up. She found herself bedridden with severe joint pain, a high fever, and a pronounced butterfly rash. Mark rushed her to the hospital, where she was admitted for a week. This incident was a stark reminder of the volatility of her condition. By spring 2022, Laura had learned to navigate the tumultuous waters of lupus. She knew how to manage her symptoms and when to seek medical help. However, the landscape of her journey was about to change dramatically. One morning in early May, she woke up to a world that was disconcertingly different. It was May 2nd, 2022. The morning sun was just starting to paint the city in golden hues as Laura woke up to a world that felt unsettlingly different. She felt a strange heaviness in her limbs and a throbbing headache unlike any she had experienced before. She tried to get out of bed to start her day, but her left side felt strangely unresponsive. A chill of fear trickled down her spine. She called out to Mark, her voice sounding distant and slurred. Mark, awakened by her cries, found her in distress and immediately dialed 911. The ambulance arrived at their house on Rue des Jardins, whisking Laura off to the Centre Hospitalier de l'Université Laval, the nearest medical facility. Her admission was rushed, and in the emergency department her condition was swiftly assessed. She underwent a series of neurological tests and imaging studies. On May 3rd, after a battery of tests, the neurologist Dr. Tremblay delivered the news. Laura had suffered a stroke, a severe complication of her lupus. It was a jolt out of the blue, not just for Laura, but also for Mark, who was grappling with the new reality. Laura's recovery journey was as strenuous as it was prolonged. She was shifted from the hospital to the Maison Michel Sarrazin Rehabilitation Center on Rue Cloutier. Her daily routine morphed into rigorous physical therapy, speech therapy, and sessions with a counselor to navigate the emotional upheaval. Over the course of her recovery, Laura exhibited a resilience that was nothing short of remarkable. Every day, for 6 months, she confronted her physical limitations with determination and hope. Her left arm, which had once been unresponsive, began to move again, albeit with tremors. Her speech improved gradually, and although her words were still slurred, she could communicate her needs more effectively. The highlight of her day was when Chloe, now a bubbly 11-year-old, would visit her after school, bringing with her tales from the day, assignments she needed help with, and the infectious energy of her youth. These visits lifted Laura's spirits, fueling her motivation to recover. By November 2022, Laura was finally able to return home, but her journey of recovery was far from over. Life took on a new normal. Laura's teaching days were now behind her. Her days were filled with home-based physiotherapy sessions, follow-up doctor's appointments, and the responsibilities of being a mother. Today, in the spring of 2023, a year after her stroke, Laura is a testament to resilience and hope. Her left side is still weak, and her speech slightly slurred, but she navigates her day with an unwavering spirit. She's returned to her beloved garden, taking joy in the simple act of seeing her flowers bloom. She even started a lupus and stroke support group, helping others on their health journeys. Laura's tale is far from over. She continues her battle against lupus and the aftermath of her stroke, each day a step further on her path to recovery. In the stirring narrative of Laura's journey, the insidious onset of systemic lupus erythematosus (SLE) unveiled itself in many forms, from fatigue and joint pain to unsettling rashes and severe hair loss. The spectrum of SLE symptoms is extensive. Some individuals may grapple with fever, chest pain, or dry eyes, while others may experience more severe complications like kidney inflammation, neurological problems, and, as seen in Laura's case, a stroke. Lupus often invites an array of other conditions, manifesting in diverse complications. These can range from kidney damage, pulmonary issues, heart problems, and neurological disorders, which include stroke, among others. In Laura's case, her lupus-induced stroke presented itself through sudden numbness in her right arm, slurred speech, and severe disorientation, classic symptoms that signal a neurological emergency. The path towards diagnosing lupus typically involves a series of laboratory tests and diagnostic imaging. These include a complete blood count, erythrocyte sedimentation rate, kidney and liver assessment, urinalysis, and antinuclear antibody test form, the crux of these evaluations. It's important to note that in lupus, the antinuclear antibody test is usually positive. However, having it positive alone doesn't confirm lupus. Other specific antibody tests, such as anti-double-stranded DNA and anti-smooth muscle antibody, might be needed. For stroke diagnosis, a CT scan or an MRI of the brain is usually the first step, followed by other tests like a carotid ultrasound or an echocardiogram. In Laura's case, the constellation of her symptoms, her positive antinuclear antibody test, specific antibody tests, and her imaging reports confirming a stroke, finally led to the conclusive diagnosis of lupus-induced stroke. As we traverse the complexities of SLE, it's imperative to remember the resources at our disposal and the importance of professional healthcare guidance. While we strive to shed light on these conditions, these stories inspired by true patient experiences should never substitute for professional medical advice. If you suspect you might be dealing with SLA, a stroke, or any other health condition, please consult a healthcare practitioner immediately. Join us next time on Diagnosis Diaries as we delve into another unique journey where life's unexpected challenges meet courage